It looks crazy. Let me adjust y'all a little bit. Maybe zoom in a little. Okay. Per the norm. Let me make certain I can hear myself. Per the norm, the first couple minutes of the stream are where it's at. Let's see. Live stream. I'm getting ads in my own video. Okay, very cute. My quality of camera looks... Okay, come on, ads. My quality of camera is so crunchy on YouTube and so not on my actual thing. Okay. Okay, we sound decent. Post on my story. I don't ever take any photos. So I don't really have anything to like put for my picture thing. Okay, look. Okay, whoa, I literally link. There we go. How can one person have so many problems? Perf. Good to go. All right, let's crack open this bad boy. Wow, the pink looks absolutely insane. I just laughed because my camera quality so much crisper than what y'all are seeing. I don't know why YouTube makes it look like I'm in the most yellow area I could literally find. Okay. Let's see. I want to make one of the new patterns that I purchased. And that's not it. Let me see if I can pull it up on here. Okay, purchases. I have so many that I've purchased and have not made. Live, laugh, love. Let's try this one. Don't know the difference. All right. I have not made this before. Okay. Bobble stitch, got it. Pouch. Do I want to make a pouch? A pouch for what? I don't want a pouch. Is there a no pouch version of this? For the mama. Maybe not. Maybe we won't make this. I'm having some difficulties. I don't want pouches. I wonder if I don't. Okay. If I didn't want a pouch, I just would make non-pouch. Okay, got it. This has been so eventful and so fun already. as I literally sit here trying to figure out what in the world this pattern is going to be like for me. All right, reach over. Oh, yarn down. Let us make. Let's get started. Hit me like ning ning. That will be tomorrow's thing. Start with black yarn. Got it. Two, three, four, six. Okay. My stitch marker always leaves me. Always running away. Okay. Hello. I am doing all right. It is like so rainy here. I'm sick of it, but I thought it was only supposed to rain this morning, and evidently, no. I think it's literally been raining all day. It's driving me literally insane. But I was like, you know what? I have time to do a live stream, and I literally cannot stand to sew any more parts onto this wolf because I'm done with it. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh, the wolf is going to kill me. So tomorrow, I'm going to finish it tomorrow. I just have like one more thing to crochet, which is the toes, I guess you could say. Like, I'm going to consider them toes. But after I do that, then I'm pretty much like done with the wolf. I'm going to be so happy to be done with it. Yes, the wolf got some more details done. I've been spending pretty much most of today on the wolf because my really, really big market is the 20th. And I always like do all my market prep stuff, right? And I was telling myself, like, no customs. No customs. And then, of course, I picked up this one and I like vastly overestimated the like or underestimated the pattern until I read it on the thing that it was acrylic yarn and it was like a certain height. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm using like plush yarn, like of course it's going to be bigger, but I don't think I like understood in my brain how much bigger it would be and how complicated. Oh my gosh. It is so complicated. Hello, Jordan. Let me see. I got it. Get over here. Oh my gosh. Y'all can't even see it. This is where we're at. So today, got the ears done. I'm trying to watch the blaze. Got the tail on. Hind legs. So this is what I was saying. This is the last thing I have to do is crochet these like little feet things, I guess. Little paw. I don't know. You have to crochet so I got to do that for this foot. And then I will move on to like finer details, I guess you could say. And I'm just going to do like some cleaning up work. And then I will sew the eyes on. And I think that's pretty much like it, I want to say. The pattern was like so complicated for like, I don't even know. It was so complicated. There was all these stitches that I've, like, literally never heard of. I don't know. I guess any of my patterns I've done, I've never had to do, like, wrong side crochet, right side, all this curving stuff. It was so complex, and I think the body was, like, close to 100 rounds. The legs were, like, 70 or 80 like, it was just, like, lengthy, and everything else had, like, all these special stitches. It was like, I'm not really, like, I had to look up a lot of stitches to be able to figure out, like, what in the world is going on. It is a custom order, so I guess, like, a special order. This person actually purchased one of my bunnies, my, like, Easter bunnies I had, and, ended up having, I think, a niece or something who has been spending a ton of time in the hospital for, like, kidney stuff, and, I think I don't know if she's, like, on dialysis, like, something kidney related. I know she's been in the hospital for a really, really long time, and she got my bunny, I believe, but one of her big things is, like, she loves wolves, and I was like, "Okay, well, there's not really many wolf patterns," but, I did some digging. I was like, "Okay, let me see." And I sent the easy wolf like, patterns, right? And then, they were like, "No, we want one howling." So, this was the single howling wolf pattern that I found. And I knew when I, like, purchased the pattern, it wasn't a cheap pattern to begin with. It was like $10 or something. It was close to $10, I think. And I knew when I, like, started reading it, I was like, "Oh my gosh." It's like I'm gonna be in for so much trouble. And then I also knew, like, once they saw the pattern, they were gonna want it. And I was like, "Okay, well, this is gonna kill me." Um It's like I think I've spent and now I'm not really good at tracking time or anything, so, like, don't count that. But I know I've had to give up, like, 4 days so far of just, like, crocheting parts and sewing, but I'm happy that tomorrow will be my last day. If I really wanted to, I could finish it up today, but I literally like, my fingers are in pain from the sewing needle. So, I'm not gonna finish it today. But yes, they are paying as we left it, I told them that it would be over a certain number. I said, like, "I'm not gonna give you a set price." I said, "But it's gonna be over this," and we just left it as whatever I wanted in the end, they would pay, so and I'm actually going, um, up to South Carolina where they are next week. So that's why I was like, I had to get this done before my market on the 20th. I'm going up there on the 18th, and then I will deliver it to them because I'm gonna be seeing them, so it's like easy peasy. But they have bought a few things from me in the past, but this is definitely like the most. It's by far the biggest thing I've ever crocheted. I don't think I've ever crocheted anything that's got like this size, and I I don't know if I would say it's as complex as like the unicorse one I did was, like, difficult because it was a puppet, and I've never, like, done a puppet before, and there was, like, a lot of hair details, and then, like, actually crocheting eyes, but that one was pretty, like, detailed. I don't know if I would say, like this was just really long and really annoying, and the curving of everything was probably the hardest part. Like, I've never done, like, wrong side, right side crochet stitches in my life, like, what? And I had to do them, and then it was, like, a lot of counting, I would say, like, I had to stop, like, anything I was doing and just, like, focus solely on it because the counting was, like, throwing me off, and then also my stitch counts on some of the things, like, especially up here, did not line up with the pattern, and I just don't know if that's because I was using plush and the pattern is written like in either cotton or acrylic. I can't remember off the top of my head. So things like were not lining up. So it definitely was frustrating. I definitely think that like I'm going to take pictures of it and I probably will never do this pattern again unless somebody paid me fairly well to do the pattern. But like I think, I never would have thought I would make something like this, crocheting, like, I think when most people think of crochet work and, like, plushies, they don't think of something like this. So I'm proud of myself for doing it. I'm proud of myself that I have the skills to do it, but I'm like, the time is killing me. So I still, I have things to fasten off. I gotta make the one, um, toe and stuff, and then I'll kind of come in and I think kind of tighten up some of these, especially on one side. It gets a little gappy with the changes, and it was like foundation chains for this part. So, but I would definitely say if anyone ever makes it, I 100% say to like make it in plush, because the original pattern was like acrylic or something, and like you can kind of see like here just on the camera where you are doing the wrong side crochet. If you're in acrylic, you would really notice it, and like when you read the pattern and when you look at the original pattern, it's very noticeable that there's like all these changing of directions and stuff. So like I don't think I would make it not in plush yarn, but it's like it's hefty. I don't even want to know. I actually think I'm gonna weigh it. Like I just want to know how much it weighs, because I'm getting a workout. Like sewing this thing, it's a workout. But this has been taking up all my time. It's one of the reasons that I have not been able to make a video. So I was like, I'm gonna do a really quick live stream because I've not been able to like get a video out, and it's this thing because I have to have it done. Go sit. I also like the fact that like it sits. Like I don't. It's like probably my camera focus on me. Camera, will you focus? It's like no, Carrie. I don't even know if I press this. Will it focus? Nope, it wants to record. We're not recording a YouTube video, please. There we go. It wants to record. There we go. I'm still trying to figure out like using a camera opposed to like using my phone or using like my computer, like my actual camera. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's cool. Let me see if I can like, I like that it sits. This is going to be the first thing I've ever made that doesn't need to be like sat up on something. So that's nice. But it's hefty. It's big. So now I get to focus a little bit more on like market prepping and maybe making a few things that I want to make opposed to a custom order. But custom orders are always like, they're good because they push you, but I feel like every custom order I've done, I never count how much like time. I also think they always tend to be really complicated. Like I've never gotten a custom order for like something small. I've always gotten it for like really big bouquets or like really big plushies. Like nothing is ever like easy. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be cute. Like I think it's turning out cuter to me than the pattern that I purchased, because I was like kind of hesitant when I saw the pattern. I think it was mainly just because it was like an acrylic, and I think acrylic plushies, like depending on the type of acrylic you use, really alters the appearance of the acrylic plushies. So I didn't like love the pattern pictures, but now that I've done it in the plush yarn, which I think kind of fills up some of that space and gives it a little bit softer appearance, I definitely like it better. Acrylic's great. I mean, I grew up. I started in acrylic. Okay, I have never made this before, so I'm like, we're gonna figure this. I bought a pattern per the norm, and I'm trying to actually use some of my patterns per the norm. Not really. I need to get into using more of like patterns I have actually purchased. I think what I'm gonna try and make is I'm gonna try and make a flamingo. Okay, I gotta reach. Get over here. I dropped it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and make a flamingo. I've been asked like once or twice for a flamingo. So I feel like if I can have like one flamingo, I'll be good. I also want to make a panda. Yeah, panda. I've been asked about panda. And maybe a bear, but it is next weekend. Ooh, it's so scary. And I have a 2-day market that is essentially almost right afterwards. I'm really scared about that because this market, if the weather's like really nice, the attendance is anywhere from like 7 to 10,000 people. Um so I'm like a little worried. The weather does look like it's going to be nice luckily. But it's definitely a little nerve-wracking to have a 2-day market so close, but at the same time, if I had to back out, I could always drop it. It would just suck because I would, of course, lose my money, but at the same time, there's also a horse show that same weekend, so I'm like, "Okay, well, I could just go horse show instead and not go to a market," but we'll see. I was actually looking at the Crochet Grove one, and I usually always purchase, Crochet Grove patterns. Like, if you ever look at my description where I keep all my patterns and everything, you'll see, like, I use a lot of Crochet Grove, but for whatever reason, I decided that I was gonna try is it, like, All From Jade? Is that yeah, All From Jade because I always see her stuff everywhere, so I was like, "Okay, well, I'll give it a whirl and see how it goes." I'm not gonna make these, like, pouch I know she does a lot of stuff where you can, like, make the little ones that fit inside, but I'm personally not gonna do that. I don't know too many people I can't imagine too many of the people who shop, like, with me are gonna spend money for that. Hello, Desiree. Oh, how did your show go? It seems like markets are, like, definitely with springtime and summertime picking up. I'm just hoping the weather is, like, decent because I think the whole beginning of the week is supposed to be, like, 80 degrees, like, so nice, but then, like, there's, like, a slight rain chance coming up on that day, and I'm like, Let me just try and get these. I think yeah, that's my only concern. I know they get top heavy, so I'm almost thinking what I might do is, um I don't have it with me, but you know the ducks that Crochet Grove has, of course. I've made, like, so many of those ducks so far. I think I have, like, 5 or 6, but they have the pattern for that little tubey with it, like, it's sold. So, I'm also thinking, like, if it's not really stable, I'll probably just make a tube and have the flamingo in the tube because I can kinda get away with that tube, like, as something to support it. But I actually don't think I've ever I don't know if I've ever seen the weighted beads at my Michael's store. I've heard of them, definitely. I just don't know if I've ever actually seen them. And lately, Michael's has not had, like, half the things I need. They've really breaking my heart over here. That's great. I feel like my number one goal when I do markets is, like, literally cover my table. That's my number one fear. I do know that there are at least one other person who is a crocheter that's going to this particular market. Now, my guess would be last year when I did this market, I think there was like 4 to 5 crochet people, so my guess is gonna be that there's gonna be about the same, amount of crochet people, but I guess we'll see. Maybe it was just different because that was like a Christmas market, so maybe more crochet people kinda, like, came out of the woodworks, but I do know of one because I saw the Instagram post. So I was like, "Okay, we both crochet." It did seem like they used a lot of, like, acrylic and did more, like, lovey type stuff. I've seen some crochet people who, like, make American Girl doll clothes. I didn't know American Girl dolls were still popular, but I've seen them at the markets. Amazon, I will have to check that out. I definitely messed something up. 1, 2, increase. This is what I get. In Rome, I almost went up to Rome the other day. Someone I know is in Rome, and I'm like, okay. But the drive to Rome made me hesitate. I think Rome is like an hour and a half for me. I think sounds right. I think my main markets are, of course, the Coming market that I always do. And I got into a Woodstock market. And then I got into, well, I'm waiting to hear back. But there's like 4 markets that I signed up for that are at like Alpharetta at a place called Avalon. So I basically have a market a month, except September, I believe. I signed up for back-to-back weekends, which we're gonna see how that goes. I'm kind of hoping, my thought process is with doing single markets that there will be like enough time, like with them being like one every month, there'll be enough time, and then like who knows how much I'm gonna sell at each market. Like I could go to this one next weekend and absolutely do horrible, even though last year I did so well. I think that's the joy of markets. There's like zero guarantee that you're gonna even make your table. 4. Let me get through this. Yes, Berry College. That's kind of the main reason I know Rome, is because like a lot of horse people go there. Berry College. Okay, well, this is the nose done. I guess there's not much sewing in this. I don't know. I feel like nowadays, if I only have to sew like a couple of things on, I think it's like no sew. I feel like it's like, oh, I don't have to sew 12 different pieces on. This is basically no sew. Uh, I do like the fact that, from what I can see, most everything is like in a magic ring. Sometimes when I start getting in the foundation chains, I have to really go like, it's not making sense. But all of these are so far in a magic ring. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're shedding. When I was sewing the wolf, oh, look, I still got some string. I was so scared because the white, like literally, as I'm trying to sew this thing, I'm like, my white is fraying and it's splitting and it's literally falling and getting stuck. And I just kept praying. I was like, please let me get through these next couple stitches. So they don't break yet. And then also when you get this frayed and you start having all this, then you start like also it gets stuck and then you pull, and then I've had it break before, so I'm like, okay. Definitely it was a little nerve-wracking, but we got it done. But for whatever reason, my white has just been like, both the whites I've used have just bought. just thought versus the gray. I got so lucky. This gray that I've been using, this one, has been a dream to sew. And I'm not talking like I'm not sewing like 10 stitches. I mean, I'm like sewing like a lot. And it has been just like the best thing ever. I'm like, I wish that like all of my yarn sewed that nice for plush. Sometimes I get really lucky and I don't want to like use. I'm like, please let me save it. But I did get 4, I think 3. Yeah, 3 I think in this color because my current Michaels has had very little yarn in stock. So I drove 40 minutes to specifically get this yarn to finish the wolf. But at the same time, I need to make I have a body done. I need to make some more of these like little sharks type things. So I'm going to use that gray. It'll be another thing on my to-do list that never ends. I am like impartial to no sew. Like I think no sew can be great, but I'm not. I think it depends on the no sew. If we're talking about like no sew and people are like trying to get away with not doing limbs to support the body and it's just bobble stitches, just does not work out for me. There's one particular person who does a lot of bobble stitches as like the feet and the arms, and I'm like, doesn't matter how I stuff it, there's never enough support, so the things always fall over. It makes me so mad, and I've just given up. I'm like, I'm not doing these I'm not doing these patterns anymore. They make me so mad. Hello, cat. Well, this is the first live I've done in a little bit. I had time to, and I decided that I was just quite frankly done with doing the wolf. I could not sew another thing onto this wolf. So I was like, you know what? Perfect time. I mean, I try and do live streams somewhat. Time is just really hard. It's always like the one thing I wish I had more of time. And whenever it rains, like it is deciding to still rain, I always have more time to do things like this because I can't ride my horse. My ring is flooded. And I should have a new video coming out sometime. Honestly, I just have like had zero time to. No. I've had zero desire to edit because I've been working on this wolf. And that's one of the reasons I live stream, because I was like, okay, I'm like either gonna edit or I'm gonna live stream like live stream. But I will have my video for what I made in a like I think I did July to December with the crochet stuff. So if you're interested, I actually like legit go over my numbers. So you'll know my exact numbers. I don't really have shame in like I'm pretty open about most of that stuff. So, and I think it's like good to maybe like show people like how much you can necessarily make, but at the same time, how much you might lose. Because I did not make a profit. Live, laugh, love. I'm really hoping this year will be different. It'll probably be. I think whenever you like start, like just like between supplies and like booth setup and like just so much stuff happened last year with having to buy so much. But that video will come out hopefully by the weekend. Hopefully, I say. And then I literally have like a bin of stuff to like do a video on, but That too, I've not had time to record. My next what I crocheted in a week is gonna be more like what I crocheted in 2 weeks because I did not record last week. And I really haven't crocheted much this week because of that thing. I feel like it needs to just come and live in like the back corner of my like it needs to replace my Canva box, evidently. Just chill out back there, homie. I think even if I put it on the back table, shark down. If I put it on the back table, it would still like pop out over my head. Yeah, I definitely cried a little bit when I was going over my numbers. I mean, I knew that I had made some money off of crocheting, but I didn't realize that I had spent close to $700 on Etsy patterns. Oof. My self-control knows no bounds. I see a pretty pattern and I'm like, girl, it's mine. So that's why I'm also trying to like do some of my patterns that I bought because I'm like, okay, I like need to like make certain that if I'm spending $700 on these patterns, like I need to actually use them. Half the time I buy them and then like I don't. I think like the first 10 patterns that I bought when I first started crocheting, I don't even think I've touched them. Like I need to try and use at least some of my patterns that I'm like spending my money on. Yeah, I think it'll be really fun. I want to have it like that's why one of the reasons I wanted to like record the video was to have that comparison to just see because this upcoming year I'll have a full year of crochet. I mean, it will start I think like I said, I think it's like July to December because I started crocheting like at the way end of June. And I think my first farmer's market was like July something. But it was definitely interesting to see like the difference in like my prices because so many of like my initial transactions for when I first started were just like $3 things or like $4 things. It was like when I was crocheting my really, really tiny little octopus in acrylic yarn and everything. So I had a lot of like really, really small things. And then as time went, they got, of course, bigger. Especially, I didn't realize I had some. I guess now that I think about it, I had a lot of big custom orders. Like I had my really big custom bouquet order at the end of December, and that was like 400 something dollars, I think. So it was just interesting to also see like the progression of how things changed. Like going from like selling mainly like $3, $4 items to like more 20, 50, sometimes getting things that are like over $100, $200. It was just like interesting for me to see. So this year, with it being my first actual like full year that I will have been crocheting, it's going to be interesting to see how the numbers change. Especially changing how I'm doing markets. I did so many farmers markets last year. I was doing like 2 a week. This year I'm not doing farmers markets, which is a little like it hurts a little bit just because of the fact that I am not making the weekly income that I was before. And my hope is now that like my one market that I do is going to be the thing that kind of carries me over. But I'm hoping maybe I'll be able to like do a little bit more of my website. If not, I'm also doing so much stuff outside of crochet that I hope will help. Going to start singing again. See if that will help pay some bills. Okay. I believe I'm on this row. Oh, I feel like I'm on this row. Not really counting. I've never made a flamingo before, so I'm really not quite certain how it's going to even look. Like most of these guys, I have a general idea, but I have never done a flamingo. Till September? I mean, that's understandable. I am the opposite. I like hot heat doesn't really bother me, but I am outside in it like constantly. Now, if I did not have to be outside, I probably would not like it. I would prefer to be hot. Well, no, let me change that. After a certain time, I'm okay with being hot. But when I go out in the morning at 4:30, right after I've woken up, I don't like to go out because I hate sweating the first thing in the morning. Heat stroke. Okay, yeah, that is completely understandable. And Georgia don't mess around. I saw that next week, at least where I live, it will already be like mid 80s for most of the week, which is going to be my poor horses won't know what to do with themselves because like half of them still have winter hair on them. I'm gonna have to shave everyone because they're gonna have heat strokes because it's gonna be way too hot for them to have like full on winter coats. Like it's gonna be 20 degrees next week. I think we're out of the cold. I would like to believe. I'm trying to do shows every 4. That is a lot. What type of like events do you do, I guess? Or do you do like smaller or like large ones? I try and focus a lot on larger festivals. I couldn't imagine doing like a festival like I'm doing next weekend that's like 7 to 10,000 people. I couldn't imagine doing like more than one a month. I don't think I could crochet fast enough. Oh yeah, no, that would not work. I'm actually gonna be doing my first indoor market in September. I think it's September. I've never actually done an indoor market. I did end up choosing the indoor option. There was an outdoor option, but then I don't know. I was like, you know what? The space is gonna be smaller than like the outdoor space. I can't remember. It's not 10 by 10. It's like 9 by 6 feet or something. It's at a church, I think that's near me, or a coffee place. It was like considerably cheaper than any other market I've done. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spend the money. It's fine. But I decided to do the indoor one, which I'm hoping I like won't regret. But at the same time, at least if it rained, I'm not in trouble. I haven't had this issue yet with like a paid market where it's rained, but that's always a concern of mine. Is like if the weather comes out and it's gonna be like raining all day, then I'm just gonna have to take the loss and not do the market because I have the side pieces, but I feel like I don't want any of my stuff to get wet. I know it can get wet, but then if it gets wet and I have to put it all in containers, like it's gonna mold. There's no way. Yeah. Well, especially if you're doing markets and if you're out you're out in the sun literally all day, and then if you're on like concrete or like asphalt, good luck. You'll overheat just, like, doing nothing. I mean, it's so hot. Okay. That makes I was gonna say, if you were doing, like, big festivals every single weekend, I would pray for your hands. 'Cause that would be so hard to do. I I haven't done actually, I guess I would assume the market that I did in March would be considered, like, a smaller market. That would be probably, like, the smallest market I've done besides the farmers markets. And farmers markets are such a hit or miss for crochet. I mean, it's like not many people are ever going there for like crochet work. So sometimes you like, I don't, it's like so difficult. I had some markets where I did the farmers market and I would make like $300 to $400. And there were other times that I was like $5, which was good because then I could pay my little fee because my farmers market was so cheap. But those are always such a gamble. Hello. You haven't missed too much. I'm working on traveling to like make a flamingo because I've given up on my wolf for the day. This is the update on the wolf. It can't fit in the frame unless I hold it like this. So this is the La Wolf. Very beautiful, crisp. I pretty much have all of the pieces done until I have to crochet one more thing, which would be the toes? Paw? I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna say toes for this foot. And I will sew it on. And then tomorrow, I believe I'm going to clean it up. Maybe close off some things. Still got some yarn. And I will do the eyes and then I'll be done. I am so happy to be done with it. It's definitely a one-time type of deal. Or if I ever had to make it again, I at least know what I would charge because, like, good heck, I actually, like, I think it's about 2 feet tall. I don't know if you guys can see that on my camera, but it's definitely, like, 2 feet. Slow yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, because you guys I don't know, I feel like us, it's like it picks up right about now because, like, the farmers are starting to get crops in, but then, like, when it gets really hot, it kinda, like, dwindles down. It's like from I feel like in the South, you have, like, 1 or 2 months that it's, like, really good, but then it gets, like, really hot, and people do not wanna go out to market when it's 100 degrees, and then it's, like, you have, like, 1 or 2 good months, and then you transition in winter where it's just literally raining every day and so windy. We have had so many windy days, it's driving me crazy. It's driving my horses crazy. They hate the wind, and I hate the wind unless it's like a very nice, enjoyable breeze and it's warm outside, but not when it's like 25, 30 miles per hour and it's cold outside. Because then my horses want out. And they're like, we don't want to be outside. We want to go inside. Let us in, Carrie. And I'm like, okay, guys, like, please. I can't bring everyone inside at once. I've actually not. I've always wanted to try and make like one of the little succulents. I might have said that wrong. Succulents. Something. I've always wanted to try to make them. They look so like. I would definitely kill plants. But I think, like, crocheting a little one would be cute or, like, a cactus and stuff? I've seen patterns for that. I've seen a lot of patterns for I don't are they, like, car ornaments? I don't know the official name. Car hangers? but whatever people put, like, hang around their mirror, car or something. I've seen people, like, crochet things to, like, hang up there. I've never done it, but I actually would like it'd be interesting to see, like, do they actually sell because they don't look difficult to make. The wolf is not for me. I've never actually made anything for myself to keep. I think there's definitely things that I like, I think, like, one of my cows that I made for my pattern, it's still in my box. It's the, like, brown one or the terracotta one with the white and the flower crown. I think that's definitely, like, one of my favorite things that I've made. I don't know why, it just turned out cute. It was, like, my favorite. But I have never actually kept anything that I have made. I don't even have anything really from, like, when I started out, I don't think. I would say the only thing I've been keeping has been, like, my Christmas and Halloween stuff because I can't sell it. But no, the wolf is a custom order. I definitely would not make something this big just to make something this big. It's I have such bad focus that, like, the fact that I have been able to spend as much time as I've spent on this thing honestly is very shocking. Because usually I would already be, like, out the wazoo, somewhere else, like, I would not be here. I would be somewhere else completely. A duck one. Yeah, I'm so interested. I don't know, like, do they sell? I see people make them. I also see, like, I feel like I've seen them more on TikTok, on, like, the TikTok shops. I feel like those car hangers and stuff are really popular, but, like, I wonder if they would be popular with, like, the crowd of people that don't have kids. That's always been, like, my question. 8. I would love to find some things. I need to, like, I believe this market, I'm not certain. I haven't looked at my sheet. I believe right now I'm close to 350 items. So I would love to in the future make items that I could hang because so many of my items take up so much, just like table space. Yeah, you'll have to let me know, Nicole, if they sell because I've always wondered about that. There was that time, was it like Halloween or something, that I saw so many of I think there was like a spin-off or like kind of like it was like Lily of the Valley or something, some flower thing where instead of the flowers, people were making like ghosts. And I saw them everywhere. I'm like on TikTok. Like I was like, I can't like escape these things. And look like this sold like well on TikTok, but I was like, I wonder how they would sell like in person at a market. It would be interesting because you get in a like completely different crowd. Oh, you're not gonna sell them? Oh. I might have maybe that will be like my thing that I make for myself too, because well, my car, I don't take it out much. Oh, but I have to show I never post on my I'm really bad at posting on things if you guys can't tell. But I got the funniest like bumper stickers in the world. They're hilarious to me. I might be the only one that thinks they're funny. But I could make something like maybe like a little cat or something to go with my car. Where are my stickers? I believe I put them on. Oh, yes. So my car, I was trying to find a Dora the Explorer sticker, but I could not find it because my car is a Ford Explorer. So her name is Dora the Explorer, and we go exploring. That's my thing with my car. It has almost 200,000 miles on it. But my very cute, I think y'all will be. My screen is like literally so dirty, guys. It is horrible since last time you guys saw it. But like my phone, I am literally terrified to take my screen off. I see all of the glass shards, so it's gonna stay dirty. Okay, we can do this. Come on. Maybe if I put my light down. Can y'all see it better? Yeah. The top one says, "Bestie, please let me merge," with a pleading cat. And the bottom one says, "I didn't hit the curb, it hit me." If that's not the best stickers, camera, we can do this together. If that's not the best car stickers you've ever seen, then I don't know. I definitely like saw the what was it called? The curb ones. And I was like, girl, that is so me, because when I went to take my driver's test, I literally pulled into the DMV and the guy was waiting outside for me. And I hit the curb so hard and I ran over the curb. And he got in the car and we both just acted like we did not see what had just occurred. And somehow I passed with 100. I was like, okay, we're chill. I get it. But I want to get a Dora the Explorer sticker. That'd be amazing. But maybe I'll make something like for my little car. Dora. All right. Very slowly getting through. I don't think this is I don't know really how big this is going to come out. It's always interesting when you do a pattern you've never done before, because it's like, what are you going to get? I would love it to be. I always try and choose patterns that end up being like particular sizes, because then it is so much easier for me to charge a certain price. A lot of my pricing ends up going like, how much do I sew and what size does it end up? I don't really do this like material. I can't figure that out. The material stuff confuses me so much, and I don't really want to learn it either. I'm like, okay, I think it took me this long. I think it took that's just how I do things. Like these, I gotta finish up. I have so many things I have to finish up. That's like literally, like I said, I can't keep focus for more than a couple minutes. This is the one I gotta finish up tomorrow. I think the last stream I did, I was like working on a hippo, so I did. This is the second hippo I made. The other one is in the box, but I have to do its tail. So that'll probably be on the agenda tomorrow. But I mean, I think I'm doing like fairly well with my items. It's kind of crazy. Like my whole place is a mess. So I can't show you. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 bins right now full of stuff. It sounds good, but I don't know if it is. I think last year I only had 3. 4 maybe, 4. So I think 10 is like... And that doesn't include my flowers. I made flowers a little bit ago. So I feel like I'm in a decent spot, but at the same time, are you ever in a decent spot? There can always be more. That's my biggest concern. I'm like, there's always more. And then My customs over there will one day be finished. They have not been finished yet. At this rate, it just needs to be something that somebody asks me every single time I stream and just goes, Carrie, have you actually finished them? And we'll just take a little swivel around and go, yep, nope, they're still over there. By the time I finish them, the poor kid is going to be like 10 years old. Like, I'm so bad at finishing things. My poor brain can't keep up with it. Through this round. Oh, heavens. I can't believe the time. Where has the time gone? We'll get through this round. You can tell I'm getting tired. My body sees. My body reacted. It was like, you know, that 4:30 life kills me. Actually, next week, I'm going to have even more fun because I have to go to South Carolina on the 18th. I'm going to get up at like 3:30, do my horses, drive 6 hours to South Carolina. I have to go to a party from 2 to 4, drive back the same day, get home at about 11, 12 maybe, just depends. And then I'll get home, take care of my horses because I have to take care of them when I get back at like 11 p.m., 12 a.m., let's see. Then I will turn around, wake back up at 4:30, do my normal Friday routine, and then Saturday is the market. So I will get up at 3:34 again, do my farm, and then I will have my market from 10 to 6 p.m. and then I will go home, and then I'll be back on my normal 4:30 routine. Peace, love. Yeah, my following week after my market is horrible. I have appointments every single day, and then I've got that other market that's like pretty close. Like I've got meetings for a organization that I volunteer for that I have to go in person. I've got vet appointments. I've got just like all of this stuff that's literally happening like that Monday right after the market. So it's like it's gonna be absolutely like insanity. So I bet my market overview video is gonna come out so late because I'm just literally going to be like probably half asleep for like a week. Trying to catch up on like any like couple like extra minutes I have to sleep. All right. Well, it is 9:14. Girly Pop's gotta get up at 4:30. So gotta get those, what is it, like 6 or 7 hours sleep? Don't even know. So I'll probably end the stream here because this is like my normal time to end the stream. And we did an hour today, which is about norms. What's I gonna say? But yeah, I mean, hey, if you're interested in the wolf, like keep an eye out on Instagram. It's gonna be done tomorrow. I'll post some pictures when it's done per the norm. It's just me complaining about how much work it's been. And then I'm gonna try, like I was gonna have a crochet with me video this week. It's just not gonna happen. I've not been able to film content the past 2 days for it. So I'm not gonna have a crochet with me video, but I will have my tax video and I will have what I crocheted in a week video sometime this week. Can't tell you when. But I'm gonna head off so I can go to bed. Then I get to do it all again tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and I'll see you either in the next video or the next live stream. Like, I really can't tell you what's gonna be first. Hopefully a video. It's been like 2 weeks or a week, so guess I need to edit. But I will see you guys next time. Bye. Let's see if I can turn off the stream. No.